I think us having such a good pass game is going to open up a lot of the run game. So I really just think our passing game is really going to open up a lot of the plays that we're going to run in the game. So I think that's going to help us for sure.
All right. These guys over there, I was talking with Troy, Joe Moore, winners. what makes that group like so good? And is their run blocking a little overlooked?
Yeah, man. Like I've been telling people, I'm blessed to be a part of them, like their success. I come from Mississippi State. They took me in, the first day I came in, and I knew from day one that they were a special group. And people just, man, they look over the run blocking just because we're so good at pass blocking. And we keep Mike up, good and uptight, man. So I think they just look over the run blocking, but it's good to get those guys the recognition that they deserve. Hey, no problem, man. Hey, thank you. Yeah.
What's your favorite thing being back here? I know you're talking about food.
Yeah.
Like, what's your favorite thing you've seen or done so far, or something you want to do? Besides the game, of course, just like a fun little thing about
we were back on the Mississippi River, so it kind of gave me those fishing vibes. What I did, I used to fish a lot back home with my dad, so it definitely gave that type of vibe, and I definitely miss it. So that was definitely something different. And of course the food. Oh my God. Like I was telling you earlier, I just love me some southern food. So, it's been great.
And what's it like to be able to be in a bowl game like this, play in the playoffs, and then be kind of back close to home to have that, be able to calm down?
It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. I mean, I've been dreaming of this my whole life, and so for it to finally come now, it's surreal. Like it's something that I can't really describe. I just got to be in the moment. That's what we've kind of been preaching, just being in the moment, because you might not have this moment again. So just taking it all in and just having fun. So that's for sure.
What's the moment been like for you since you've been down here, and what's it going leading into the college football playoff game?
I mean, it's been great. Just being around the guys, having fun, still putting in work. The work is the work. That's what we've been preaching. But just enjoying it, though, enjoying every moment, because, like I said, you won't get those moments back, So we're definitely, spending a lot of time with each other, but we're definitely locked in on ball. And, oh, yeah, again, that's another thing, though. I'm down closer to, where I'm from, Greenville, Mississippi. So, a lot of my family and people will be at the game. So I'm just excited about that, too. So that makes me happy.
Since you're a hometown guy, have you been showing your teammates around and showing them the cities that?
So I'm not really able to go anywhere. We've been kind of stuck at the hotel, kind of. So I really can't show them where the parts that I know. But I definitely do tell them all about the food places that they should try, or if we can't order, they should definitely order from it. But the food's just different down here, and that's what I've been preaching to them, man. Now, I don't want them to eat too much and get fat and can't move, so that's another thing. But I definitely want them to enjoy the food for sure.
You talked about practice earlier this morning. Just talk a little bit about the team's mindset going into this week, having that practice, just kind of where everyone's at.
Just going into the game with a 1-0 mindset. Not getting too high, not getting too low, but staying level-headed. I think that's going to be the main thing for us to succeed. And, we've been doing a great job. We're a resilient team. We've been in big moments, and we just know how to win. We got a group of guys that are been through a lot. So we just know how to win, man. When the big games come, we're always ready. Look at them boys. Jack's so locked in over there. I'm not gonna say nothing to him.
You guys ready? How you doing? You good to go?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. I'm Brett Martello, the AP, by the way.
Okay.
So in every season, there's something that might come up that could potentially derail a season, whether it's a distraction, injury, whatever, a game result. I mean, you guys are undefeated, but was there something like that this season that you felt like you had to overcome? Anything in particular that you felt like you had to overcome in order to get to where you are?
Me personally or the team?
As a team, yeah.
Man, I don't know. It's been a lot of like internal stuff, but I wouldn't say it's things that other teams don't face or other teams don't go through. So I wouldn't say it's something specific that was just for our team, But obviously, I guess COVID is still out there, sickness, flu season, all that. I know it was a point in time, a lot of guys, were feeling under the weather, trying to overcome that. But other than that, I know that was across every school probably had the same situation. So it's like, not really.
Any particular game stand out maybe where it wasn't looking good and you guys figured out a way, whether it's the Oregon game, the first one, or...
Nah. We always just did our best to find a way to win. That's what it's all about. Winning football games, and we've been doing great at it. So whatever we can to find a way to win, that's what we've been doing. So.
Just wonder if you could comment a little. I'm sure you've been asked already, but we wanted to feature the offensive line just because it's one of the best in the country. What do you think is the characteristic that maybe separated now? I mean, there's a lot of good offensive lines out there. There were a lot of good finalists. Anything in particular that struck you about the way they handled their business?
Man, just their consistency, man, the way they do it each and every week, doing an amazing job. Coach Huff, he does an amazing job leading those guys, making sure that they're prepared for each game and, always ready to go. My bad, I just called Rome dancing out the corner of my eye. But, yeah, man, those guys do an amazing job. They put in the work. It's not just the work that we do collectively as a team, but even after that, they go in and do extra stuff, always trying to find ways to get better. And, that's what it's been about, I feel like that's what separates them, the extra work that they put in, to get better and to help them win the Joe Moore. So.
Anybody else? Okay. I wanted to talk just briefly about Boys in the Boat. What did you take, and what do you think the team took from that movie as like the theme that can just help your mindset going into these high stakes games?
Man, I just feel like you just gotta believe in each other, and trust in each other to do their job. It talked about the boat, with 8 people on the boat. Each guy has a certain job to do, and once you're trying to do too much or trying to carry the team, whenever you're supposed to be in rhythm and sync, with one another, it causes the boat to slow down and not even knowing it, thinking that you're doing more. So that was one of the messages, and also just being ready whenever your number is called. And it was the junior varsity team that made it to the Olympics. It wasn't even a varsity team, the guys that, they expected to make it there. But it was just a junior varsity team, the guys that were putting in the work, trusted in each other and just went out there and was having fun and competing at a high level, But whenever the number was called, they rose to the occasion, they rose to the challenge, and, they came out on top, so.
How's practice been for you this week and going into the game?
It's been great. We've been doing a lot of great things. Super excited. I feel like the game plan has been amazing. Our coach has been doing an amazing job helping us and preparing us to be ready for the game. And man, it's been exciting.
Is there such a thing as the championship mentality in terms of, all season, you're striving for and hoping to get to this point? But now that you're here, is there anything at all that changes in terms of just kind of focus, discipline, when I go to bed, what I'm eating, what I'm doing during the day, invitations I'm accepting or rejecting?
No, and I think that's what makes us different. You know, we always have a championship mentality. You know, we knew that every game was going to be important. You know, it was going to be a big one, and we had to come out with a win, and that's what we were able to do. You know, we still had the same mindset we had, you know, since day one. You know, and I feel like that's what made us so special. And this season so far, you know, we just always had that mentality to go out there and, you know, just dominate and do the best we can and find a way to win, and that's what it's been about. So I wouldn't say the mentality changed, you know, but obviously the stakes are bigger right now. So.
And the Texas defensive front, they seem pretty motivated by all the questions they're getting about how good your offensive line is. But what do you make of studying them? What are your impressions? What stands out? Whether it's Sweat or someone else?
They're good. They're a good D line. You know, that's it though. They're a good D line. Whenever the game comes, we'll see. You know how good they are. You know, obviously on film, you know they play different teams. You know they haven't played offensive line yet, so I can't really make comments on exactly how good they are. But you know, it's from film and the teams that they play. You know, they show a lot of great things. Them boys, they're pretty good. So.
What are your thoughts on the secondary, Texas secondary, and how you plan on attacking that going into the game?
I feel like they're good too. You know, they do a lot of great things. You know, I feel like just their whole defensive game plans and stuff like that. You know, each week I feel like, you know, they done a lot of great things. And man, I feel like those guys they trust each other on that side of the ball, and they trust each other to do their job to make those plays. And you know, they do a lot of good things. So.
The Superdome is famous for how loud it can get. You know, and like I'm based here, so I cover the Saints games. When they're on defense, it's insane. This is an easy trip for Texas fans, and they seem to be here en masse. Is that anything that you've discussed or thought about at all in terms of dealing with the crowd in that venue?
Nah, we played them last year in the Alamo Bowl, and that was in Texas. So it was more Texas people there last year. So it was good, right where we want to be.
Okay. Any other thoughts about how long this trip is for you guys and your fans, and is that something else to overcome, or is that irrelevant, or is it a motivating factor?
It don't got nothing to do with the game. So I mean, you know, it's a blessing to be able to have family come, you know, and I hope that, you know, everybody on my team, you know, whatever family members that wanted to come, they were able to come. But at the same time, you know, we came here for business. We got a job to accomplish, and you know, once we get inside those white lines, you know, everything else is erased, man. You focused and locked in on that moment. So.
What did you think of? I guess you grew up watching big games in the Superdome, and Super Bowls and stuff like that. What did you think of it?
You said what?
What did you think of the Superdome?
The Superdome?
Yeah.
Yeah, we was just in there today. Man, that thing crazy. It's big. It's huge. I like it. I like it. It's cool. It's cool to be in there.
Did you see any of there's some stuff in the walls with history, and I don't know if you got a chance to walk by.
No, we didn't see all that.
Yeah, like Michael Jordan hit a game-winning shot in the national championship game.
We didn't see that.
Before, and there's just been a lot of big games there. It's where Syracuse won the title with Carmelo Anthony, and obviously there's been a lot of national championship games there, Super Bowls there.
Yeah. I mean, I heard about a lot of that stuff though, but like it feels on the walls and stuff like that. Like you saying, I didn't see that. Yeah, no.
Yeah, but you knew about it going in.
Yeah. I mean, it's a special. Yeah, it's a special. A lot of great things happen here. So, man, it's definitely special for us to play here. We're super excited for the opportunity, and we're gonna go out there and give our best. So.
Sweat and Murphy are in that Texas D line is obviously the strength of that defense there. You guys have an awesome offensive line. What do you think about that matchup and just what the Texas D line and challenges they present?
They're a good D line. I have a great O line, so we'll see. That's all I gotta say. I ain't trying to talk about them too much more.
Tell us about your offensive line.
Joe Moore. Them boys, the best of the best. They come out and they show it each and every week. They show it each and every day to the team. You know, man, they put in the work, and they come out to play each and every day. So it's gonna be exciting. So.
How much confidence does that give you guys as quarterback playmakers and all that, knowing that when you play great D line like Texas, that you got the Joe Moore Award winners in front of you?
Yeah, man, it gave me a lot of confidence. You know, it don't matter who you put in front of us, man. Our job is to come out with a win, find a way to win, and we've been doing good at it. We just got to keep going. So.
You've had the Heisman Trophy moment, and now you're in the college football playoff. How's both of those moments compared to each other, and how have you been able to like zero in on the college football playoff?
This the biggest to me, you know. And I'm not even saying just because I didn't win the Heisman, but really just because, you know, when I was at the Heisman ceremony, I brought my teammates on my coat, but it ain't the same as being with my teammates, you know, in this moment, in this special moment. I feel like that's something that's special, and that's something that, you know, I'm super excited about it and super blessed to be able to be a part of. So, man, I'm just super excited for the opportunity I have right here in front of me. You know, the whole Heisman thing, you know, it was amazing. You know, it's a blessing to be there and to be highlighted in that light, you know, as one of the 4 finalists, you know. But, you know, I feel like, you know, to be able to do something like what we're doing right now with my team, man, it's definitely very special. So.
I mean, Jaden, I covered him this year, but yeah, his team's going to a bowl game that he's not going to play in.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm sure he'd rather be in your shoes. Can you imagine at this point if it was all over and you're getting ready for the draft as opposed to this?
I wouldn't say nah. I wouldn't answer that. Jaden, my boy though, I know him for a minute. You know, I talk to him all the time. You know, but I'm just super blessed to be in my position. You know, where I'm at. You know, everybody's situation is different. Everybody's story is different. You know, so I won't speak on his side of it and where he's at. You know, so. I'm just super blessed to be where I'm at, you know, with my team, with the guys I love and the guys that, you know, I go to war with each and every week. So, appreciate it. Appreciate it.
When they beat Cal, it was particularly.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. You know, they beat Cal, which is our oldest rival, so we were all hyped about that. You know, and every race it seems like, I don't know if that's how the history books went, but every race it seems like they were starting, you know, in the back. So it was fun, you know, being able to root them on and root for the comeback. It got a little rowdy in the theater, but yeah, when they beat Cal, that was awesome, just because we actually played Cal. It wasn't like we were able to go against the British or, you know, anybody else. So we resonated with that.
Yeah, and then now obviously the boathouse is just right below the stadium.
Yeah.
On the lake. So is that in another way, like I'm sure you're very familiar with the rowing team. You see them practicing. I don't know
Right.
how many races you may have been able to go to.
Right.
But is that another way you related to it? Because it's right there.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, the whole movie especially when they were practicing, I was trying to see like if the stadium was, I don't know if the stadium was built back then. I was trying to recognize like, you know, some things so I could be like, oh, that's that. But I wasn't able to recognize anything. But yeah, I've been down there in that boathouse, and I've been in there once or twice, and it's super old in there. It smells old in there, and I never, you know, even realized how much history was in there. But you know, they could definitely, you know, build something and renovate it, but you know, I feel like the culture of it and the history is so important, and the fact that they keep it is awesome to me, just because, you know, it's kind of like a symbol of what Washington is about, and you know, the hard work that those guys put down, and the hard work that goes on at the university.
How can you tell as a receiver how good your offensive line is? Because your back is to them almost the entire play.
Right.
You turn around to find the ball, and then you're looking at the ball, not them.
Right.
Is there a clock in your head where you're surprised that this long you still have a chance to catch the ball or something like
Yeah,
that?
no, definitely. You know, we have a lot of deep concepts in our offense. You know, we were explosive in that way. So, you know, every time we were able to complete those things, I know those guys were working their tails off to, you know, make sure Mike had enough time to create a great pocket and everything for them. So, definitely, and especially, you know, got to recognize that when they won the Joe Moore. So, that was super exciting for them, and you know, kind of shows everybody on the team that, you know, we have an elite offensive line, and they're able to go out there and get the job done consistently. So, super grateful for those guys, and you know, we'll need them, you know, come this game, and they'll do it again, I'm sure. Yeah, of course.